What's up, fellow entrepreneurs? Today I want to talk about the new law enacted by Governor Gavin Newsom on March 19th, 2021. It's been a few days, so forgive me for being behind, but it's called the COVID-19 Supplemental Paid Sick Leave Act, or SPSL. But first, as always, I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer, so please seek out competent legal advice for your particular question or problem. Now, the new law will go into effect on March 29th, 2021, so here in a few days, and is retroactive to January 1, 2021. It's very similar to California's previous COVID-19 supplemental paid sick leave law that expired on December 31st, 2020, but it also contains substantial differences. So, starting with covered employers. The expired law covered employers with 500 or more employees nationwide. The new law covers employers with 26 or more employees nationwide. Qualifying employees. The new law makes significant changes to the qualifying reasons available for paid leave, including 5 new laws added to the definition of qualifying reasons for the leave. Under the new law, employees are eligible for paid leave if they are unable to work for one of the following reasons. The employee is subject to a quarantine or isolation period related to COVID-19. The employee has been advised by a healthcare provider to self-quarantine due to concerns related to COVID-19. The employee is attending an appointment to receive a vaccine for protection. The employee is experiencing symptoms related to COVID-19 vaccine that prevents them from being able to work. The employee is experiencing symptoms of COVID-19 and seeking a medical diagnosis. The employee is caring for a family member who is subject to a quarantine or isolation period or has been advised to self-quarantine. And finally, the employee is caring for a child whose school or place of care is closed or otherwise unavailable for reasons related to COVID-19. So, second, the amount of leave. So full-time employees are eligible for up to 80 hours of leave. Part-time employees are eligible for the total of number of hours they are normally scheduled to work over 2 weeks. So if a part-time employee works a variable number of hours, then that employee is eligible for 14 times the average number of hours he or she worked each day over the previous 6 months. Let's talk about the amount of pay. So non-exempt employees must receive leave at the highest of the following: their regular rate of pay, their total wages not including overtime premium pay divided by their total hours worked in the full pay periods of the prior 19 days of employment, or state minimum wage and local minimum wage. So exempt employees must receive pay in the same amount as their employer calculates wages for other forms of paid leave time. Like the previous law, pay is capped at $511 per day and $5,110 in the aggregate. However, if subsequent federal legislation increases these amounts, then the state amounts will be increased also. Now, let's talk about interaction with other employer-provided sick leave. So paid leave under this new law is in addition to any other paid sick leave provided by the employer. Employers cannot require an employee to use any other paid or unpaid leave, paid time off, or vacation before using the SPSL. Interaction with other COVID-19 leave entitlements. Any leave provided to an employee under a different entitlement after January 1, 2021 will count against an employee's SPSL leave if the leave is available for the same reason and provides pay at the same rate as this new law. Interaction with Cal OSHA exclusion pay. The new law allows employers to require employees to first exhaust their leave under the SPSL before receiving exclusion pay under Cal OSHA. So SPSL is not in addition to exclusion pay under the Cal OSHA emergency standards. There's also a notice and pay stub requirement. So employers are required to provide notice to employees of their right to SPSL. The notice may be provided by email or other electronic means for employees who do not frequent the workplace. An employee's SPSL leave must also be reflected on itemized wage statements, and it must be set forth separately from regular paid sick pay. Let's talk about retroactivity now. The new law applies retroactively to January 1, 2021, and this one's going to hurt my friends. Upon request, employers are required to provide retroactive payments to employees who would have otherwise been eligible for the SPSL, starting January 1. Employers are required to provide this retroactive payment if the employee did not receive compensation equal to the amount they would be entitled under the new law. The retroactive pay is due on or before the payday for the net full pay period after the employee's request. Any retroactive SPSL received by an employee counts against his or her total eligibility. All right, and finally, there is an expiration date, thank God. The new SPSL expires on September 30th, 2021. So that's all for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I know it was a difficult one to kind of keep up with. There was just a lot of things that were coming down, but this is all online if you need to really see specifically what I was talking about. So until the next time, be productive. Talk to you soon.